Hey everyone, this is Nikki Rowland with a new layout for Bramble Fox. I am playing around with the March Fox box, and particularly I'm focusing on the blue items, so the blue Star Polaroid, the Polaroid Camera and the regular camera. So I'm using those items on this layout today. I'm using a few bits from the Lollipop Box Club and some Shimmerz Paints too. So I am also using some Star Perspectives as well. So they are available in the store, and they're a set called Oh My Stars. I had a few sets of these. I had lots of different colours, but I focused on the red, the pink and the white today. Okay, so I'm starting off my layout by creating a mixed media background. So I'm using marshmallow cardstock to create my background, and I've got two colours of Shimmerz Paints, and I'm using sprays today instead of the little hard palettes, Inklings and Creamies. I use those all the time, but I am trying to get myself out of my comfort zone and to revisit my sprays, which I don't use that much anymore. I have loads of them and don't really use them, so I'm trying to make sure I use them. So the two colours are, they're both Spritz, and one is called Rockefeller Blue and the other one is called Pink Outside the Box, which is a new colour. So I'll list those below, but they are the two colours of Shimmerz Paints that I've used today. And literally you saw how I applied them, just using the packaging technique. I sprayed my colour onto a piece of packaging and pressed it onto my background. And then I added some splatters, and I also sprayed some directly onto my layout as well. So I just wanted to create these kind of two halves to the page, blue on the left and pink on the right, and my photo is going to sit in the middle of those. So I have this one photo of my daughter dressed up like a news presenter, and because she recorded a little video, news flash video for a school project. So the photo was brilliant. So I had to scrapbook it. The little news flash was very funny as well. So it's a nice memory to document. Okay, so I'm using some items from the Lollipop Box Club box. Not the most recent one actually. I think it was the February box. I think it's called Follow Your Heart, and it had lots of these colours in, so the blues and the pinks or the reds. I have just mounted my photo on a piece of the paper that came in that box, and then I'm using another piece of the paper to offset mount again, and I've also got this blue tag, so this deep blue tag. Now I struggle a bit with this kind of colour, so it's sometimes quite nice to do something that does push you out of your comfort zone. When I first saw that tag, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll use that, but actually I've gone with this colour scheme on purpose, and I've made sure that blue fits in well with my mixed media and the Bramble Fox embellishments that I'm planning to use today as well. So all good. So what I did with that tag was I cut it in half, or into two sections anyway, and then the other section I cut a tag shape by just mimicking the other one, and I have layered the two pieces together, and they're going to sit underneath my photo and poking out of the bottom of my photo. So they kind of just act as another layer really. It's not a giant tag on my layout. I think that's where I had an issue, but used like that, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so moving on now, I'm just building up my layout a little bit, and trying to work out where all of the bits and pieces are going to go. So those three perspectives are actually quite large, so therefore I need to make sure that I can fit them in onto my layout without my layout looking overcrowded. But I think that works. The Star Polaroid over the photo works really well. It means that I've kind of saved a bit of space on my white background by using part of the photo, and it adds to that cluster, and it also works well to fill up that big area of empty space on the photo that I don't really need in show anyway. So I'm just adding some stickers. Again, stickers and ephemera from the Lollipop Box Club. So most of this layout comes from that kit. Lots of little stickers and ephemera bits and pieces. That little stitched or knitted heart. How cute is that? Or it might be crochet. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about knitting, crochet or anything like that. But it's made of like wool, and it's so cute. I love it. It's really, really sweet. So At this point I realised that my mixed media, the pink side, wasn't showing very well, so I've just applied a small amount more over on the right hand side. You saw how I did it. I lifted my photo up and I added some more colour using the packaging technique in order to bring that that colour out a bit to the right, because it just wasn't showing. It's not showing too much on the left either. It does a little bit, but not loads. I don't think I had any more, but I might move my photo over slightly when it comes to stick everything down. Okay, starting to get things stuck down. I'm happy with where my perspectives are, so I'm going to get those stuck in place. I've got added a flare button. I've got that pink heart that's so super duper cute. That's got to go in place as well. And I'm just adding stickers here and there to build up the layers, build up the dimension and the interest on the layout, and add little clusters here and there. So you can see that I'm going for a real kind of vertical line down the center of my layout here. Here I am moving the photo over a bit, so it needed to move over to the right slightly, because then my pink area of mixed media ended up too big and my blue area too small, so I just moved the photo over and then that solved the problem. So adding stars now. I say these are from one of the petite perspective sets called Oh My Stars, and I've picked out the red ones, the pink ones and the white ones. Some of them, the red ones, might have actually been left over from Christmas sets, but the pink ones and the white ones are definitely from Oh My Stars. I do love Star Perspectives, they are fabulous. So just okay, getting everything stuck in place now, so adding that little die cut heart there, and coming in with this really cute clipboard. Now this was so perfect for this newsflash photo. It's a little teeny tiny clipboard, very absolutely perfect. You know, when you see something like that, it just works really well with my photo, so just had to get that in. So that's the left of my Star Polaroid that's on the photo. Again, it helped to cover up that area of the photo that had nothing in it. So just adding some twiddles of silver thread underneath the crocheted or knitted heart, and also at the top as well. I like to add my little silver twiddles or gold ones, just to give a bit of extra sparkle to every layout that I make, and just to kind of add to the whimsical nature of the way that I embellish. So I've just added those. I really love this wood veneer that says love this, but the orangey wood colour just totally didn't go with my layout. I had thought about painting it, but in the end I decided to leave it off altogether. So yeah, I'm pretty much done now. I'm just adding in a few gems. There were some lovely little heart gems, sticky gems in the Lollipop Box Club, so just adding those in to fill in any of the little gaps. Yeah, just keeping going. I've just realised that my photo is not properly stuck down, so I just added some foam pads behind the top of the photo. And now I wanted to add a title. So my title, I was like, where am I going to put my title? I've filled in my layout completely. So I was really happy to find these small white Pink Fresh Studio alphabet stickers. They were just the perfect size and font, and I could fit them just underneath the word news that was actually in the photo, and then that formed my title, News Flash. So that worked really, really well. I wasn't sure where else I could put a title on this layout without it looking a bit clunky. So just handwriting in my journaling using a small narrow fine tip grey pen. I didn't want to use the black on this layout. I've gone for grey. And I've just written a few lines there about what this photo is all about, and then I can come in now and add in some more splatters. So I find using the splatters from the end of the tube from the spray bottle, they can go a bit rogue and end up splattering not where I want them. I find I have more control by using a paintbrush, so that's what I've done here. I've just used a paintbrush, dipped it straight into my bottles and flicked in that way. So I say that seems to work a bit better for me. Yeah, just filling in the gaps and kind of just looking at the layout as a whole now and working out where the gaps need to be filled in, and that is what I use my splatters for. Okay, so that's me done. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you head over to the Bramble Fox website to get yourself a Fox box. This one was the March box. Yep, thank you so much for joining me. That was Niki Rowland for Bramble Fox.